Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Talking with Cars, and today what we're going to do on this wintry day is we're going to review another product. So this product that we're reviewing is Etenwolf's mini bicycle pump. Check this thing out. Look how small this thing is. And supposedly this thing will work on obviously bikes, you know, bicycle tires. It'll also pump car tires, which is what I'm interested in because I can only imagine if I had something this small in the glove box and I had an emergency, I could pull this thing out and pump one tire. You know, it might be just enough power to be able to pump one tire, you know, that it's flat and get you to a safe place, whether it's a gas station or a tire facility or something like that. So I don't know. I mean, this thing is pretty cool. So let's unbox this thing. Let's get through it and let's learn a little bit more about it together. This is Talking with Cars. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna unbox this thing. It's still wrapped. So we're gonna cut through the plastic and we're gonna unwrap this thing, find out what's included. So yeah, I mean, I was always pretty interested in this thing, and Etenwolf reached out to me. They did send this to me for free. You know, they wanted me to review it, but just like every other review, I'm gonna be very honest about it, whether they like it or not, you know, and it's really only to improve their manufacturing, their customer service. But so far, everything that I've gotten from Etenwolf has been very good. High quality stuff, easy to use, very intuitive. I barely need to read the directions. So I'm really happy with that. So it comes with this little container in here, right? And in this, let's push whatever is inside of it out. Okay. Whoops. All right, so we have the carrying bag, the Etenwolf carrying bag, and it's got the support email on there right there. So, and that's another good point. Whenever I had a question or whenever I had a problem, I would contact Etenwolf and they were there right away. So excellent customer service, never had an issue with that. What's in this bag here? Charging cord, right? Comes with it. Looks like a USB-C to USB-A charging cord. So that's that. What's in this one right here? All right, so in this bag we have the air chuck for the tire. And I thought, yeah, it does come with all the other parts, but this is the air chuck for the tire, pretty standard. It attaches at the front. Actually, it attaches here, and then this is the lock for it, so you can lock it into position. So pretty cool, looks pretty standard, looks like it's well built. Looks like it's a cast iron or cast plastic or something as the lever. So that's good. It comes with a bunch of little like incidental parts, right? These are all the parts for like, you know, pumping up other things like, you know, footballs, soccer balls, you know, little like if you want to pump up a mattress or something small, obviously like pillows or play balls or something like that on the beach. So let's pull out this. And it comes with the instructions, obviously. There we go. Right, it looks like it's in multiple languages, depending on where it's sold. Only a few pages worth of instructions, so it should be pretty intuitive. I think you get a 2-year warranty with this, but you have to register it, and you have to kind of go to that QR code and go through the process. But yeah, that's not too bad for a small little unit like this. Look how small this thing is. Holy crap. I mean, this would have been so cool when I was younger to have this kind of like on your mountain bike or something like that, and you have this in a little pouch behind your seat, and you had this available. You know, it's just so cool. Look at this thing. Looks like a little walkie-talkie. Pretty cool. This thing is, you know, kind of moves up and down and around, right? So it's flexible. It's got the cover here for the screen. I'll do that with you. All right. Very cool. So it's got an on-off button, up and down, USB charger on the side. See that right there? On-off button, plus minus, right? Your digital screen here. Etenwolf logo right here. Nothing on the back side or top. It's got a vent, obviously, you know, for the exhaust, for cooling it off, and the motor that's running in there. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, that's first impressions, excellent, right? It's very well organized. It's in a small little package. You could store this in that little baggie and put it in your glove box, no problem. Or put it in your bike pouch, you know, like when you're riding your bike and you run into a little bit of a problem. But if I had something like this growing up, that would be so cool. But I didn't. So close-up shots of the pump. So, you know, I just want to show you exactly what it looks like size-wise, right? That's my hand, right? So yeah, pretty portable, pretty cool. You know, that's the connection port right there. So you can basically connect this, right? And all you have to do is kind of connect this to the end of it, right? Just make sure you don't cross thread. Whoops. All right, so this turns too, so it makes it a lot easier. You know, you can kind of turn this while you're putting this together, and there you go, right? And it never gets in the way of the unit, so they're smart enough to be able to make this long enough where you can kind of play around with it and get to your, you know, get to your valve, you know, so you can pump things up. So that's pretty cool. I mean, nice little unit for sure. You know, I wish this was a little bit more flexible, maybe a little bit more, you know, maybe you can kind of like bend it a little bit more. It is bendable. You know, I'd be afraid of like breaking it, but you know, I mean, it does look like it's built very well. You know, I think I have something over here. Let's see if I can go grab it and see if we can pump it up. All right, so what I found is an exercise ball. So it's like one of these right here, right? These big, huge bouncy balls, right? And it has one of these like valves there. It's not like your typical basketball or anything like that, where something like this would work, right? And this comes with the kit. So what is that called? That's called the balloon adapter, right? So you could use it for balloons and all that kind of stuff, but you can also use it for inflating stuff like this, right? Because it's got a larger hole in it, and then you could basically unplug it and then plug it back in. So let's turn this thing on, right? Pretty cool. You can set the PSI to whatever you want. Right now it's at 22. You can go higher, so 23, 22, right? It doesn't matter in this case because all we're trying to do is just open up the plug, put this end in it, and then press, I believe, the on button to make it start. So let's try that out. Let's see what that looks like, all right? So we're going to take this plug out, put this one in. Not bad. Inflating it. Decibels are not too bad. It's really not that annoying. Yeah. Right. Turn it off, unplug it, put the pin back in, and there we go. Right? Pretty cool. All right, so that's done. That's re-inflated, right? That was kind of losing its air a little bit because I haven't been using it, I haven't been exercising. So that's really cool. That's really nice, you know. Battery's a little bit low, so it already shows that the battery's low. I need to charge this up. I haven't charged it up. I just used it right out of the box. So let's turn that off. Let's see, hold that for a couple minutes. There you go, a couple seconds, and then it turns off. We're going to remove this balloon adapter, and we're going to charge this thing up, and we're going to go ahead and get it ready so we can try it on a car, because that's what I'm curious about. I want to see how long it takes to bring it from, like, let's say 20 to 30 PSI, and see if it has any problems, see how much battery power it uses up. So let's charge it up, let's get it going and ready, and then we'll take it for a test spin out on the car. Now, before we do that, I want to go ahead and just point out a couple specifications on it so that you're aware of the accuracy and how good this thing is. So this will go from 80 to 100 PSI in 20 seconds. Goes from 0 to 100 PSI full road bike tire in under 1 minute. The LED's display is plus minus 1 PSI accuracy. And we're going to show that auto stop function that it has on the tire. Once it inflates it to like 30 PSI, it should automatically turn off. 150 PSI max pressure, 18 liters per minute airflow, brushless motor that's inside this little thing, 2400 milliamp battery. Supposedly it should fill up 8 full flat tires, 18 low pressure tires per charge. Let's see what else it says. There's a memory function. This thing is only a half a pound. I mean, this is lightweight, awesome, portable. I mean, you could take this off and actually put it in your pocket. That's how small this thing is. It's amazing. So again, this is the Etenwolf SO. You can get it on Amazon. You can kind of order it. I'll put the link down below. I'm not affiliated with Etenwolf outside of just getting a little piece of the pie on Amazon. That's it. Yeah, key features: 18 liters per minute, inflation, 150 psi, 2400 milliamp battery, which is not bad for this little thing. +1 or -1 accuracy in terms of psi. It's got the auto shut off. It's very light, and it comes with all these little accessories in the bag. So let's charge this thing up and get it going, and let's try it on the car. I'm excited. All right, so we charged the unit. It took about an hour and a half to charge. It didn't take that long because it had a charge in it already. And what we're going to do right now is we're going to have this tire set to 30 psi. It needs to be 40 psi. So we're going to find out how long it takes to get from 30 to 40 psi and see how long that takes. So I'm curious to find out. So let's drop this down to 30 psi. So right now this is set for 30 psi. We're going to bump this up to 40 because that's where we want it to be. Recommended is 38, but what I do is I typically set it a couple psi higher than that so there's no problems in the winter months. So 40 psi, and we're going to double check to see where we're at. All right, we're exactly at 30 psi, 30.1 psi. We're going to press this on, press the on button, and then see how quickly it takes to get to 40 psi. And it's not that loud. I mean, honestly, it's not the loudest thing out there, so it's not annoying. I can talk to you. It's not a big deal. We're almost at 1 minute, and it's already gone 3 psi up, so it's not too bad. It's actually pretty quick. All right, in less than 2 minutes, we're at halfway there. And the exhaust on this is cool. It's not hot at all. The other one, the larger one, gets pretty warm when you're using it. Just about 3 minutes in now, and we're at 37.6. It's not bad. It's not working hard. It seems to be doing a good job. It's slow, right? For bike tires and stuff like that, you need it to go slowly, but it's pretty good. If this is all you had on the side of the road, it's slowing down, getting closer. We're almost 4 minutes in. We're 3.5 in. 4 minutes in, and we're at 39.2. 39.2. So a little over 4.5 minutes, and it went from 30 psi to 40 psi, and it automatically shut off. Really cool little unit. You know, I mean, for a little thing like this, to be able to do that, that's impressive. You know it's going to handle a bike, no problem whatsoever. So, and it still has battery power. So I'm happy with that. So we're going to go ahead and check the other tires and see how long it takes and see how much battery power it takes to drop it down. But you can see, I mean, the battery power is still there. Not bad. It's impressive. So let's get around the entire car and I'll give you final conclusion. No doubt about it. This thing is an incredible little unit. I mean, I pumped all 4 tires on the car, and this is really meant to be a bike pump. And I pumped all 4 tires, and it still has some battery power left. Be it a little bit less than I expected. I mean, it's basically almost exhausted, but because the red light's on, and you can see there that it's almost dead. But I could probably pump one more tire, I got to be honest, you know, and it did well. It didn't get hot. It did it slowly. You know, it's not a fast pump. It's meant for bike tires, smaller things like footballs and balloons and all that kind of stuff. And when you're dealing with those types of things, it's always a slow pump. And that's what this is. And that's what it did perfectly. So the accuracy on it was excellent. It pumped the car tires. It'll definitely pump a fleet of bikes. No question about it. And yeah, no, I stand behind Etenwolf, right? They have a nice little unit right here, and I wish I had this growing up. This would have been really nice. But thanks, Etenwolf, for sending this out, and thanks for allowing me to review it. I really appreciate it. And everybody that's seeing this video, go out and buy one. You put this in your glove compartment or the rear pouch of your bike, you're not going to be disappointed. This thing is a really cool little unit by Etenwolf, and you won't be disappointed. What a great little unit. Excellent job, Etenwolf. See you later, and like, subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. It really helps me out. And hype my channel by scrolling across the comments section, and if you can hype it, please hype it up. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.